In this video today, I'll be doing the setup for a time trial racer. The folders we'll need for this project is an audio folder, a blueprint folder, and a UI folder located within the blueprint folder. Now, we'll need to create the blueprints for our project. First blueprint is a checkpoint blueprint. This checkpoint blueprint is set as an actor class, and this checkpoint blueprint will allow checkpoint rings to be placed along the level. Next blueprint is the My Player Controller. Now the player controller, as the name describes, set as the player controller class. Next we have a save game blueprint. Now this save game blueprint takes on the save parent class, save game parent class, and this blueprint will keep track of the variables we want to save, meaning lap times, new records, previous lap times, etc. Now we have a time conversion blueprint. Now this blueprint type is in the macro library, and it's set as an actor class. This time conversion blueprint will handle lap times and race times by float values and be converted into a text timer format. And so we have tracker. This tracker blueprint is set as an actor, and it goes as the name shows. Tracks all information about the race and checkpoints. Now we have those out of the way, we need to head into our UI folder and create a widget blueprint. And this widget blueprint will be our HUD. And before I dwell into the blueprints, we need to head over to the Vehicle Advanced blueprint. Click on Vehicle Advanced Game Mode. And the only thing that needs to be changed is the player controller class. It needs to be changed to the one we created. Now with that out of the way, we'll head into the blueprints. So the blueprint we're heading into is the My Player Controller. In the My Player Controller, we'll need to create several variables. Now I already have these variables organized just to make things easier. So the first set of variables we created were an actual lap. This will keep track of the actual lap we were on. I set the actual lap to an integer. Next was max laps. This will keep track of the maximum laps in the race. That is also set as an integer. Now, I created an actual race time. As the race shows your actual time, I set it as a float value, float type. I created an actual lap time, set it as a float. As the rest shows, a gold time, silver time, and bronze time. I needed to create a best lap time, our fastest lap around the track. The best race time connects to the overall race time. The default best lap time. This allows the people playing to get a grasp of what they need to do, and default best race time. And so, and now what we need to do, now that we got the value variables out of the way, we need to create text variables. These text variables will be placed on the display to show the user what they need to know. I created a race time text, current lap text, map lap text, gold time, silver time, bronze, best time, best lap, name of map, and ready text. So I'll need to create a race complete variable, a race start variable. A respawn location is a transform type. This means this is to determine where to respawn the player if the vehicle flips. And a save slot. This save slot is going to be a string type, and this allows us to have individual saves per level. Now that we got those covered, we'll need to add an event dispatcher, and then we'll call it race has started. Now we'll need to go to functions and add in the necessary functions we'll need. So first off, we'll have the init text. This init text used to update all text properties for the display. A save game check to determine if we need to save the game. And if that's the case, we need to create a save the game function which handles the process of saving the game. And we need to create a load the game function. Next, a lap time check checks to see if the player has beaten the best lap time. And of course, a race time check, similar to the last function, but this checks to see if the player has beaten the best race time. And last but not least, update goals. So this will be used to update gold, silver, and bronze times. And if the player can no longer achieve those times by beating them, then we'll just remove it from the display. Now we got those covered, we're going to head over to the event graph. And so what I want to do here is we need to create a widget. So create widget is the HUD, is a display where what's going to be shown on the screen. And so we need to make sure the class is that HUD blueprint we created back in the UI folder. And so we need to promote this return value. We have to promote the variable. And once we promote the variable, we get another variable. And so with this other variable, we need to rename it HUD reference. And from the HUD reference, we need to add to viewport. This add to viewport now gets the HUD added to the viewport. And so we need to get player pawn. The player pawn is the vehicle we'll be driving around. So from the player pawn, we drag over and create and bring out and get cast to vehicle blueprint. This blueprint is what we'll be using for the player controller. And so we'll connect. And once we've connected, yes again, we got to update as vehicle blueprint. As we promote the variable, we get another variable. This time we name it vehicle reference. And so after we've done that, I went ahead, highlighted everything and commented. But down here below, what's listed are custom events. These custom events are going to be used as the name follows: start game setup, restart, update lap, respawn vehicle, start race time, stop race time, start lap time, and stop lap time. Now with that out of the way, we want to make sure everything's working. So with that out of the way, we're going to hop back to the view. And so what we want to do is we want to test out to see if the vehicle blueprint, if the checkpoint blueprint, my bad, if it's registering that the vehicle has passed through. So as we hop into play mode, so as we hop into play mode, we have our vehicle. Now, when we drive the vehicle through the blueprint, it should disappear. So as we turn around, we'll check to see if it's disappeared. So it hasn't. That means it hasn't registered as of yet. In order to fix that, we'll head over to the My Player controller. And we'll go to, oh, wrong blueprint, my apologies. Sorry, head over to checkpoint. Alright, so that includes everything for this video. We've done the prep work and we've set up the My Player controller. And yeah. And I'll get to the next video. Thanks.